Welcome to Can We Just Talk, a new Her World series where we try to debunk the idea that it's difficult to talk about money. I'm Cheryl, the digital editor, and today I have with me Lena, fashion editor, and Liz, editor-in-chief. So today we're going to talk about financial infidelity. And how that is defined is when you're not honest about your finances with your partner. So I'm going to discuss this today with Liz and Lena, who have been married with their partners.
Hi, I'm Lena. I'm the fashion editor and I have been married for 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm still young though.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, the editor-in-chief of Her World, and I've been married, I think it's coming to 12 years.
Do you find it awkward to talk about money with your partner?
No, not at all. I think we are quite transparent about our finances to each other. I think my husband, I wouldn't say he's not super transparent, but I think he does keep some things from me only because I think he doesn't really want me to know how much he really has in the bank. I mean, only because he's afraid of what I could.
When it comes to your spending?
You have this amount of money, why can't you buy me this bag? So I think he's a bit wary. I kind of know, I have a rough idea of savings he has, how much he earns every month. He runs his own business now, so previously when he was working full-time, I know how much he earns. Now that he has his own business, I think every month it fluctuates. Really know exactly how much he earns, but he does tell me, like if it's a good month or it's a bad month. We're pretty transparent.
I guess before we get into all of that, just like how with cheating and infidelity, regular infidelity, there's different definitions for different people, right? So maybe y'all can also share with me what would be your definition of financial infidelity. Like, where is the line when it comes to that, in terms of how much you are okay with your partner hiding from you?
Oh, that's a really hard question to answer.
Well, I think it is important that the basic thing is you should know how much each other earns. If you don't know how much he spends or how much he has in his savings, I think that's fine. But if you don't tell each other how much you earn, I think there's no trust there. I need to know how much he earns. I think that's just the basic.
What about you?
So yeah, we do, my husband and I, we do know how much each other earns. I think that is important because I think it sets the foundation as well. And there were times in our lives where I out-earned my husband or he out-earned me, and then we would actually have to talk about, when it comes to household finances or like paying for certain bills, like maybe the person who is earning more at that point in time is the one that foots the bill. So it is important that we are transparent in that sense. Financial infidelity, I think if he makes really, really, really big ticket purchases, like goes and buys a car, for example, or makes a down payment for a house without letting me know first, I think that would be considered a I won't say infidelity, but a definite no-no. I think I would be angry if I found out about that.
Yeah.
But if it's something that, if it's his own hobbies or he wants to buy something with his own money, I don't really care, because that's how, as a couple, that's how we operate. Yeah. I buy my things, I buy my designer bags. He doesn't care because it's my money. So yeah, that's how we roll.
Okay, so according to our What Women Want survey, 6 in 10 spend on luxury items more than 1K at least once a year. And I know everybody in this room right now loves shopping.
Yes.
So I want to know, have you ever hidden or lied to your husband about your spending habits, your discretional spending habits, such as hiding a luxury purchase, or maybe you kind of tell a bit of a white lie where your Chanel bag, maybe you knocked off 2,000 more than what the actual cost was?
Secrets are all out.
Knocking off 2,000, 3,000, I do that all the time. I just don't really tell him the actual price. Okay, we have a pair of twins. I think I cannot be so frivolous with my spending, but my argument is it's my money. I do what I want with it. Because he's so much more practical than me. He always says, how many bags does one woman need? Of course, my answer is a lot. But I feel like I need to be a little bit more responsible with how I spend nowadays. So last time I would not blink an eye if I just want to buy $1,000 Celine t-shirt.
Why do you feel the need to be more responsible now?
I have the extra money. I think I should just save it for a rainy day for my kids, just in case. And then me and my husband, we're getting older. My parents are getting older.
I don't tell my husband what I spend on or what I'm buying. So packages just appear on the doorstep and he's not aware about it. And he doesn't really ask about it either. So he doesn't care.
He vaguely knows that it costs, right?
I don't view it as infidelity because, I just do what I want with my money. He doesn't say anything. Maybe the only thing he has ever said to me is like, because I have, besides bags, a lot of shoes as well. And I have actually built storage for these shoes. And he's like, there's a lot of shoes. Maybe what you can do is, before you buy a new pair, maybe you get rid of one pair first. You either donate it or sell it away or give it to someone else, so that the space that we have, I mean, of course there are space constraints, it's maintained, and that's about it. Obviously, I mean, that has not happened. I have more shoes than storage now, but he hasn't really said anything about it. And I take the same stance for him for whatever he wants to buy as well.
He's practical to me on my spending, but when I see the way he spends, it's ludicrous.
What does he spend on?
Like, my husband loves bicycle, but he does not cycle. So he just buys bicycles, and the bicycles cost like 5,000, 8,000, and like at one point in my house, when we lived in a bigger house, I had 30 bicycles in my house.
30!
30.
Oh my god.
Where does he find the space to put all the 30 bicycles?
Every time somebody, like a courier guy or some person, delivery guy comes to my house, he's like, your bicycle shop. I mean, at some point, I got angry with him because I'm like, how much are you spending on these things? Because then he starts hiding wheels, and like sometimes I find like wheels under my bed. I'm like, what is bicycle wheels under my bed? Like, what the hell? I think he's scared. So I don't consider it infidelity because I mean, I see it, it's there. I mean, it's a bicycle, you can't really hide it unless only the wheels you can hide, right? So he came clean with me. He said, you know what, I buy it because I trade it. So I make money from what I buy. So after that, I'm just like, it's fine. He's a bit more strict with me because he said, I can flip my bikes and I can flip my watches because he collects vintage Rolexes. He said, I can flip my watches and my bikes, but you never flip your bags. And your bags don't sell. I'm like, I can sell it. Actually.
Do you think like lying to your partner about money constitutes something as bad as cheating even? And if you found out your partner hid like a life-ruining amount of debt from you, would that be grounds for, like, say, even a divorce?
What is a life-ruining amount, you see? Then you will have warning letters already. You have credit card companies chasing you. You will have, banks calling you. It's not really that easy to hide that, I feel, if it's out of control. So I think then you should be able to open your eyes and see the warning signs, as a spouse. Of course, if that, when you find out that, oh my God, you're in so much debt, and why didn't you tell me about it? Of course, I think that is a serious problem. I personally feel everyone has debt, housing loans, buying a car, credit card debt. It's just part and parcel of life. I feel like what's important is having it under control, knowing what the monthly cycles are, knowing what the payment plans you have to pay it off, and things like that. And if there is that reassurance that, my partner has these things under control, then I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter if it's $5,000 worth of debt or 50K worth of debt. As long as I know and he knows that, okay, there is a time frame that we know that in 2 years' time or 1 year time, every month we're paying this amount to get rid of the debt. And I think that is, to me, the reassurance. At the end of the day, it's about taking responsibility, right? I think that is very telling of the character of the person that you marry. And I mean, if
those are already warning signs in the relationship. Don't marry the man. Stay away.
Where do you draw the line when it comes to complete transparency, when it comes to talking about finances with your money? Like, should they know how much you make, what you spend, how much you save, how much you have in your own personal savings?
So we know how much each other earns, but beyond that, we don't share what's in our bank account, how much savings we have stored, what we have invested in. We don't share that kind of information. We do have a joint account, so whatever expenses that we share, we do use our joint account to pay those expenses. So beyond salary and what's in a joint account, we don't. I mean, for me, I don't know what he has and he doesn't know what I have, and I feel like that's how we live, and I'm totally okay with that.
For me as well, I think how much we earn, it's important to know. We don't have a joint account actually, but my husband just gives me amount of money every month. I'll just tell him, this is how much you have to give me. He trusts me to pay for, whatever. So as long as he gives me that every month, like for the groceries and whatever, and that's his share, I also have my share. So what we do share as well on top of our salary is investments, because I think it's good to discuss, especially if it's a bit of a more volatile kind of like, investment or something. At least, we can keep an eye for each other, or like he will tell me, this is not a good one, don't buy this, that kind of thing. So I think that I feel that's important to share, because the chances of losing money, it's quite high.
Okay, thank you so much for this. So that's all we have for this episode. So stay tuned, we'll have a whole series of other discussions on money.
But we also want to know what you think, so leave a comment below and let us know whether you agree or disagree with us.
Follow us on all our socials.